I I had kind of an epiphany watching the first debate in 2020 between Biden and Trump
Hmm.
when they just were yelling at each other and it was completely devolved. And I had this just liberatory moment of realization that these guys are purported they're running for president to enact policies hypothetically. People are invested in them to do one thing or another, but they clearly the actual like people that we're investing with this hypothetical experience authority are just baseline mentally incompetent to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, if the highest court, if the highest powers in the land are in the hands of people who are just functionally incapable of carrying out the job, then we have to step back from any idea that there's a lot of human agency at these levels of power. And for me, it was a process of stepping back from an overinvestment in a narrative. And as a result, I have kind of sworn off trying to predict things electorally,
Mm.
because I really do feel like there is very little uh, meaningful motion there. There's not much that the individuals can invest there, because at the end of the day, all you can really do is care. Most of the time is just spend time caring about what is done by people in power, because
Hmm.
what you can really do to impact them is very limited to voting every 2 or 4 years in a system that is designed to neutralize uncoordinated preferences, which is all we have in the electoral sphere, are the uncoordinated, individualized preferences of voters. So I am pretty much over electoral politics as a zone of meaningful uh, progress. I think if there's anything that's going to move the needle, it's going to come from the practical challenge of people organizing for their lives as
Hmm.
workers, as tenants, and that by doing that organization, I think that there very well might be an electoral element to that organizing, but it's going to not. I'm fairly confident. This is the one thing I feel pretty strongly about electoral politics wise. It is not going to be part of the party system as it exists, simply because both parties are designed to neutralize any outside energy. Uh, and and of course, the thing that prevents third parties from rising is the structural nature of the American constitutional order. But the thing the only time that doesn't hold is when one or the two parties is critically undermined and loses its market share. And I honestly do think that could happen with the Democrats.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
the Democrats are right now in a situation where their long-term electoral appeal is so narrow and so alienating outside of a narrowing group of voters that uh, I can actually see them uh, ceding enough space to some sort of insurgent challenge. Not necessarily, but I think possibly, because the Democrats have they can offer at this point nothing to anyone except for a virtue signal to a slice of well-educated, relatively well-off voters, and that's who they talk to in their messaging. That's who make up their cohorts. That's where their votes are, and that is in a in a context of deteriorating material conditions. That's a context that's a recipe for disaster. They can't even offer the splenetic, visceral satisfaction of transgression and making enemies suffer the way that Republicans can. Their psychological appeal is entirely found in the superego and in self-denial, which is never going to be more popular than a politics of indulgence, which is what the Republicans are offering.
Yeah.